Meeting for this evening. Appreciate everyone coming out. So let's rise for a moment of silence in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Jill, will you please take roll call?
Stockerty? Here. Mr. Fox?
Here.
Ms. Guilford? Here. Mr. Hoffman?
Here.
Ms. Metzler? Here. Mr. Norris?
Here.
Ms. Peck? Here. Mr. Rossi?
Here.
Mr. Trotty?
Here.
9 present, 0 absent.
Thank you. This time, if there's any visitors' comments, please feel free to come down and state your name and your municipality.
Sandy Hayburn. I live in Gap. I'm in Salisbury Township. Last week, Pastor Lance spoke on behalf of the taxpayers. I'm here tonight on behalf of senior citizens that live in this school district. I'm a senior citizen with X number of dollars in my budget. When it's gone, it's gone. There's no money tree in the backyard. As we all know, everything has skyrocketed. Gas, utilities, heating oil, groceries. This causes those of us on a budget to do just this, a juggling act to cover everything. Choices we are left to make: pay utilities or buy meds, forego any house repairs, limit food budget, limit driving. It's a difficult time to be alive. I'm grateful. I live a good life, but I'm looking at this tax increase, and I'm wondering how many senior citizens like me are going to come to the end of the road and they're not going to be able to live in their houses. Now, I've only lived in my house 9 years, but I've been 29 years in the school district. So I feel that gives me a right to at least verbalize my opinion. When I bought my house, I was told by a realtor if I wanted to move 5 miles west, actually, I probably could have moved across the street because the people across the street are in Peckway School District. And he said I could have saved thousands in tax dollars. I chose to move where I am because I'm near my kids, and at my age, that's important. My request to the board is to think long and hard about this decision and take a look at how this choice will affect many in the district. It's not going to affect just the senior citizens. It's going to affect those on the lower income level who are just struggling to keep housing and food and everything paid. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that's it. Mike, you're on for a budget presentation.
We're going to start off on the front page, and it's the same as last week. Our proposed budget revenues with the 26-27 local revenues, $42,583,772. State revenues, $19,266,595. And federal sources, $1,352,756, with a grand total revenues that we're budgeting $63,203,123. You can see the variances from this upcoming budget to the current budget. Local revenues down $1.3 million, and a lot of that is because over budgeted in local taxes. State revenues, we're budgeting a decrease of $2.2 million, and that's because of over budget as far as our revenue from the state that was not approved in the state budget. We're seeing an increase of $300,000 in our federal revenue, and that's because we're going to draw down access funds to help reduce some of our existing costs. And the variance total for revenues is going to project to be almost $3.3 million less than what this current school year is. The next page is the same as far as proposed budget expenditures, as far as regular ed programs, special ed programs, for a total of $219,333. Next page is the percentage. You can see is our regular ed programs is 34%, special ed is 17%, vocational education 4%. One of the largest increases that we're seeing is, we'll go on to, go to the next page, is included is 17%, and the bulk of that 17% is our out-of-district tuition costs, as well as our cyber and charter school. Cyber charter school is actually almost 10% of our budget. It's almost $6 million. Employee salaries, 35%. Employee benefits, 22%. Bond principal, 7%. Bond interest makes a bulk of that, and that's 4%. Professional services, 8%. Utilities, 3%. This is our budget summary. Our budget total revenues, $63,203,123. Our budget expenditures, $68,219,333, with a budget deficit of $5,016,210. On the right side of that, you can see where we're going to potentially reduce some of those costs, refinancing our existing bonds, and possibly take new additional debt to renovate the middle school. Will reduce our debt service payments by $600,000. Suspense accounts, $1.4 million. That's money that's set aside just in case our charter school tuition expense goes higher than what we're budgeting. If the governor's proposed budget goes through, we could see an additional $130,000 that we didn't budget because we only budget 30% of the excuse me, of his budget. Staff changes with not replacing retired or student or staff that has resigned, projected about $400,000. We could also see a 2% decrease in our medical insurance. We budgeted 9%, but it looks like we're going to be closer to 7%. So the total for additional savings could be at almost $2.7 million. So that potential deficit, we could look at $2.3 million. Currently, we're projecting that at the end of this current fiscal year, their last fiscal year is $14,632,482. Next page is the other school districts in Chester County. Average increase for next school year is 3.66%. And the lowest of which is 3% by O&J Roberts, and high of 4.99% by TE. So because we're a multi-county school district with a zero millage increase, rebalancing would actually increase Chester County millage rate by 0.07 or 16.16%, and the municipalities in Lancaster County would actually see a decrease of 0.76 mils or a 2.93% decrease. Proposed increase would be a 1.13 millage increase for Chester County or a 2.6%, and Lancaster County would be at 0.65, which would be at 2.51%. However, with the rebalancing, the actual increase for Chester County would be a 2.76% increase or 1.2 mils. And with the rebalancing and additional increase, Lancaster County would actually see a reduction of 0.12 mils or 0.42%. The proposed increase would bring an additional $1,023,849. So on the next page, our budget summary with all the additional information we discussed. Budgeted revenues, $63,203,123. Budgeted expenditures, $68,219,333. Budget deficit, $5,016,210. Potential savings would reduce it by $2,674,725. Millage increase, $1,023,849, and we would use fund balance to make up the difference, and that amount would be $1,313,636. put together what the mean increase would be for each municipality. I showed the rebalancing and then the projected tax increase proposal. Ackland, it would be $748. Highland, $9.55. Londonderry, $10.31. Parksburg, $7.27. $9.57. West Salisbury, $11.69%. Christiana would be a decrease of $136.43. In Salisbury would be a decrease of $179.24. That's the rebalancing. With the option one, we discussed with proposed tax increase would see an increase of $128.16 for Ackland, Highland $163.79, Londonderry $176.74, Parksburg $124.56, West Fallowfield $164.14, West Salisbury $200.43, Christiana would be a decrease of $19.75, and Salisbury decrease $25.94. Like we said, discussed some budget notes. This increases a new lease for fitness equipment for the high school, which is included in the budget. One of the fastest growing expenditures for the school is charter school enrollment and out-of-district placements. Currently, we have over 203 students going to charter schools, which is costing us almost $6 million. Previous 2 years that budgeting practice before we were here, we're just trying to correct that. Another issue is ongoing state funding. We're hopeful to see a state budget hopefully by the end of next week. However, last year went all the way to mid-November. Another issue that we're hoping that gets fixed this year is multi-county rebalancing of mills, because with rebalancing our district with 2 different counties, we actually lose all of our growth, so it penalizes our residents. So hopefully state legislature will make a decision and actually fix the problem for us and help us in the future.
Have you had anybody inquire about the Pennsylvania senior rental rebate program and how people can apply for that and some of the requirements and how they're met?
I have not, but we could look at putting something on our website.
Yeah, because I think we need to be proactive in that there may be some folks that aren't aware that the state offers. I believe it's up to $1,000 rebate on property taxes for seniors. There's some limits to earnings. I think it's up to $48,000, half of which is Social Security. So it's pretty, available for those that know about it. I think if we just make have a flag out there that says, are folks aware of this?
Right. And there's also a possibility of the amount that's available will increase next year. They're talking about taxing digital advertisement, which would bring another $600 million into the account. So it would help us next year as well. Unfortunately, we don't know what the projected number, but originally when this, when the property tax rebate and the homestead farmstead credit came out, the initial, I believe, amount put in there was like $900 million. Yeah. So it'd almost be what the initial offering was back in 2006. So it would actually benefit our residents too.
Yeah, I saw a couple more Lancaster County schools all approaching 4% increases. They haven't all made the media yet, but I forget which 2 were the day. They were both at 4% or roughly there, and all with the usual suspects. So special education, salaries, benefits, that kind of thing.
Charter schools.
Yep, charter schools. Yeah. That's not as prominent as that way, I think, but as some of the issues we have here. But so anyway, anybody else have any questions for Mike?
What's the risk on the suspense account $1.4 million that happens or doesn't happen?
The risk right now, there's money set aside for since our medical insurance, all of our actually medical, dental, and vision, we're self-funded. So we pay our bills as we receive them. We don't have an insurance premium that we're paying. So there's some set aside for that. The additional money is to set aside for expenditures that are unforeseen. We skyrocket of charter schools, additional students.
Yeah, you mentioned charter school.
Like if we have an emergency repair, like a boiler or something, there's money in there to help offset that. majority of schools have a percentage in there.
Mhm.
I know the other school districts I worked at, there was always around $1 million in there.
Okay, so we have fund balance to cover if there is something, like, if
Yes.
we would have to draw out of the 1.45 that's set aside, we'd be able to fill back with the general fund.
Mhm.
But how will you present that decision to us as needed over the year? Right, so if we set aside the 1.4 and we say we're gonna realize that savings because we're setting our tax rate based on that assumption, we do through the year get like playground equipment, that we might wanna change up,
Mhm.
as an example. So I would ask then maybe that you call it out
Yes.
over the year,
Mhm.
so that we know where we are with the 1.4, because that's a big part.
Yes,
as a
absolutely.
As you look at the
Mhm.
percentage, suspense account assumption on the benefits, and so I'd like us to know when we're pulling on it,
Yes.
if we have to.
Yep, if we're drawing down from that account, it'll be presented to the board before we do so. Similar to like the playground equipment, we presented that, we got board approval, we moved on from that. Anything like that, it would come to you first before we took action with that.
Yep, okay. Thank you,
Mhm.
thanks.
Anyone else? That's it. All right, so we'll move on to the recommended action items for this evening. The first two are roll call votes. Letter A, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the resolution adopting the 26-27 general fund budget expenditures in the amount of $68,219,333. Ms. Hardy? Oh, may I get a motion, please? Any further discussion? Now,
Ms. Dougherty? Mr. Fox?
Yes.
Mr. Hoffman? Yes. Ms. Peck? Yes. Ms. Guilford? Yes. Mr. Rossi? Yes. Ms. Metzler? Yes. Mr. Trotty?
Yes.
Mr. Norris?
yes?
9 yes, 0 no.
All right, motion passes. Letter B, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the resolution establishing a real estate millage rate of 44.69 mills in Chester County and 25.85 mills in Lancaster County. May I get a motion, please? Is there any further discussion? Hearing none? Sorry?
Mr. Trotty?
Yes.
Ms. Metzler? Mr. Norris?
Yes?
Ms. Guilford? Yes. Mr. Hoffman? Yes. Mr. Rossi? Yes. Ms. Peck? Yes. Ms. Daugherty? Yes. Mr. Fox?
Yes.
9 yes, 0 no.
Thank you. Letter C, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the resolution for the 26-27 homestead and farmstead exclusion. May I get a motion, please? Is there any discussion? Mike, you want to go a little bit about that, please, with the amounts?
Sure. So the homestead farmstead amount, the district received a total of $1,959,418.20. There was 4,114 approved homestead farmsteads. The dollar amount is $480.06 for all residents in both municipalities. And that'll be directly on their tax duplicate. So it's the same amount regardless of the value, and both counties have to be equal.
All right. Thank you. Any other discussion? No. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Letter D, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the list of salaries for district employees for the 26-27 school year. May I please have a motion? Been moved and second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Letter E, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve the resolution authorizing the Octorara School District to enter into an intergovernmental cooperation agreement with the Parksburg Borough Council for the provision of police services according to legislation and the Pennsylvania School Code. May I please have a motion?
So moved.
Moved and second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Letter E passes. Letter F, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve Ms. Kylie Kogel as an instrumental music teacher at the Octorara Middle School effective August 11th, 2026, pending completion of employee-related documents required by law and the district. Ms. Kogel's salary will be $62,185, which is step 1 of the bachelor scale. This is a new position. May I please have a motion? Moved in second. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I'd just like to point out the fact that my middle schooler has been hammering me, hoping that this was going to happen. And then when it posted, Friday,
Yeah.
went up, she found out about it, I don't know how she found out about it. She came to me and she was like, Dad, Dad, Dad. I'm like,
Yeah.
I saw, this is a good thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Letter G, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve Ms. Cassandra Willis as a learning support teacher at the middle school effective August 11th, 2026, pending completion of employee-related documents required by law and the school district. Ms. Willis's salary will be $87,166, which is step 11 of the Masters plus 30 scale, replacing Allison Hoffman, who transferred. May I please have a motion?
Second?
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Letter H, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve Ms. Zachary Thompson as a student summer maintenance intern at the rate of $15 per hour, effective June through August 2026. May I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Letter H passes. Letter I, that the Octorara Board of School Directors approve 1 bonus point for 5 years of service at $620 for Miss Allison Thaler as the head track coach for the 25-26 school year. May I have a motion, please? Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Does anybody have any board comments or additional visitors' comments? No?
I'll just backtrack to the Parksburg Police. I think this is also a great thing, and I think it's the vision for that is decades into the future, for both our side and their side.
Yeah, a lot of work went into it by a lot of competent people, including some members on this board who were very diligent in their comments. I appreciate that, to all those that participated. All right, that's it. May I get a motion for adjournment? All those in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned. Thank you very